I shall introduce refinements to vehicle taxes for motorcycles. I will introduce 2 more tiers for more expensive motorcycles.
You guys have no fucking idea how pissed off these past few days have been for me right now. If you don't know what the hell is happening that's making me so pissed off because you're either not Singaporean or you have not read the news, here's the lowdown. Basically last Monday on the 20th of February, our Minister of Finance announced that he would be increasing the taxes on motorcycles. Okay, right now here's the breakdown of what this increase in tax is supposed to entail. In the previous iteration of the tax model, motorcycles would be taxed at 15% of their open market value, which is the MSRP plus freight cost. Now what his current proposal, his current policy is that he's going to tax the first 5,000 of the MSRP plus freight at 15%, the following 5,000 at 50%, and every single dollar after 10,000 would be taxed at 100%. So what this would mean that for a $15,000 motorcycle, what would have used to be a $2,250 tax would now cost the buyer $8,250. This is fucking ridiculous, okay? So what was the reason for this increase in tax? Apparently, the way he worded it was to bring it in line with the way cars are currently being taxed in a progressive manner. Okay, fine, it's a luxury tax. Alright. So we are supposed to pay this additional tax when we are buying higher-end models because, well, people that buy cars are doing the same thing. They are paying more for their luxury models. But why is it that cars have a rebate? Alright, if you're going to talk about fairness, talk about equity, why is it that cars have a rebate when they scrap their cars before the 10-year COE, tenure ends? While, even though you have implemented this new scheme, this new tax policy on motorcycles, we are still not getting the same benefits. Why is that? So, okay, fine. Maybe you are saying that you're increasing the tax dollars to maybe get more revenue for the government spending in public works, public services. But how much are you going to increase your revenue from these taxes on motorcycles? Remember, the car to motorcycle ratio in Singapore is 6:1. For every 6 cars in Singapore, there is only 1 motorcycle. The increase of tax is minimal. Not to mention that motorcycles in and of itself isn't an expensive vehicle. The amount of tax that is gonna be increased from this, this motion isn't significant enough for, a lot of public works. Not to mention that not only are you going to do anything with it, you're hurting the people that are buying it, So, okay, let's say that you did manage to get something out of it, some public money out of these taxes. What are you going to do about it? I better hope that you're going to put this money into, something that is going to benefit every one of us as citizens of this country. Probably better healthcare. Oh wait, no, you know why? Because my mom had to go for a root canal treatment at a public hospital and she still had to pay $3,000, the same amount that she would have to pay if she would have went to a private doctor, a private dentist. What benefit is this tax dollars doing for its citizens? And the best of all is that Mr. Heng Swee Keat had the gall to say that, okay, we are going to do you a favor by removing the 10%, you know, transfer to the open category every time a motorcycle gets deregistered. Basically, he's going to say that he's going to put a stop to the reduction of the motorcycle population in Singapore. But what's going to stop them from, you know, making no more new motorcycle COEs? So that essentially riders are just going to bid for these certificates that are just recycled from previous deregistered bikes. The population is going to remain the same, the prices are going to remain the same, because they're not going to issue new ones. So what the hell does it matter? And to add insult to injury, last Friday, which was the 25th, the most recent COE prices just surfaced. Instead of the prices going down, the prices increased from 6,400 to 6,800. There was no indication of any decrease in prices to help anybody at all. You know, those who would be buying bikes that are under $5,000 MSRP plus freight and thus wouldn't be affected by the taxes aren't being helped by this motion at all. The COE isn't decreasing for them. They are not getting their bikes, you know, their work bikes any cheaper than it would have been before. So, you know, as Von Fan, our queen of motorcyclists in Singapore, you know, perfectly worded it, this is fucking daylight robbery, I tell you. Fucking daylight robbery by our government. They put a stop to so many crimes, so many cases of, you know, robbery by, you know, your average Joe, but they themselves are instituting robbery on its own citizens legally, and nobody can do anything about it. You know, the funny thing is that I have, you know, met a lot of people that had suffered a stroke before. You know, after they suffered a stroke, they recovered, and, you know, their intelligence hasn't really been affected much. You know, none the wiser if you didn't notice. But, you know, I guess for some people there are exceptions, I guess. So we really have to make noise. I know that there are a few riders, a few groups of riders out there right now petitioning this motion. We already kept quiet on the CO issue as riders. You know, when prices shot up, we grumbled a bit, but, you know, we pretty much just let it be. Okay? But right now, there are a lot of riders, petitions being circulated right now out there, you know, to get this fucking ridiculous motion repealed in Parliament. And I hope the rest of you guys, if you have not heard about this news recently, you know about it right now, and you will help us as riders do your part, and, you know, sign the petitions that you might probably see on Facebook. You know, even on my Facebook page, that I've been sharing these petitions around. Do your part, help us out, sign the petitions. You know, make as much noise in front of your MPs. You know, if you are gonna meet them, really, you have to do something about this, because otherwise this sets a precedent that it's okay for the government to you know, rob us blind of our hard-earned money that they do not deserve. Alright, so enough ranting. I've been pissed off for far too long already, and I really want to, like, just calm down and move on. So if you want to watch more of my vlogs in future, do remember to subscribe to my video, give me a thumbs up below in the description. If you'd like to ask me more questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.